So good evening, everyone. Welcome to our capstone final presentation. We are really excited to have you here today, and we are also excited to show us some of the amazing work that we have done throughout this semester. So first, let me introduce you to our wonderful team. We have Pranav, we have Shivang, and we have Parth, and myself, Neha. And also give a big thanks to Tamara and Shreni and Sara for guiding us throughout this journey. It was really insightful. Now let's dive into what we have for you. So before showing you what we've actually implemented today, we really want to take one step behind and show you how we actually discovered the problem. So it all started, sorry. So like Pranav mentioned, we're going to go chapter by chapter. It all started when we met Salonis at WTC and we discussed a few of the amazing things out there. They introduced us to this amazing software for process mining and also connected us with one of their clients. So when we spoke to one of the clients that they had, we realized that the client was in the retail department and in operation for around 14 years. They had their headquarters in Germany and SF and a global presence throughout the world. But when we were having continuous discussion with them, we realized that there were a couple of key challenges that they were facing. Number one, shrinking profit margins. And number two, customer dissatisfaction. So right there, we knew what we had to do. Really dive into these issues and identify what were the root causes. So next, Pranav will take you through what we actually did.
Thanks, Neha. So let's dive into chapter 2, identifying the gap and the desired outcomes. So like Neha mentioned, the company is serving over 38 countries, and to serve such a huge landscape, they need partners, right? Delivery partners. So DHL, FedEx, UPS, DB. These are all big names, right? We know them. Like they are known for their faster, secure, and on-time delivery. Like who knows better than me? Like I'm a huge time procrastinator. My group mates know that. My friends know that. So when Columbia asked for my transcript, I was caught up in my life. I couldn't like send them from India. But then DHL helped me. Like just before the deadline, my transcript reached Columbia, and I'm here. So thanks DHL, I'm here today. So, but are these delivery partners enough to serve these 38 countries? So that's the question, right? So let's see solution of it. So observation 2, what we did. So we were given the data set of the company who is working, and we used the process mining provided by the Salonis to find out and have all those KPIs which you see over here. And what we did find was, because only 4 delivery partners were serving all the 38 countries, and if you see the order quantity over there, it's 25.3 million. That's a huge number, right? Next observation we saw was like UPS was carrying out around 90% of the deliveries. So it's like they're not consistently diversifying the orders, so that's why like heavily dependent on just UPS. Next, 35% of deliveries were delayed. Only 52 were on time, and though 12% were early delivery, but that 35 number is a very huge number. And also, if you see, sorry. The under deliveries and over delivered orders, it's like 17.35%, 36.15%. That are also huge numbers. So why does this matter, right? Why this? Why now? Because this is a vendor-driven issue, not a company or a customers. Like it's highlighting an industry-wide challenge that calls for a scalable intervention. And this is the time you have the opportunity to find something, a solution which can like solve this problem as well as give you some money. So why not?
So after we solved the data set through Salonis, now is the time to engineer the solution. So
It's
it's working.
Sorry.
Too much animation. So now it's time for our solution, introducing Zentrack. Any guesses what does Zentrack mean and how the name came in? Any guesses from this?
With Zen, it's like relaxing.
The control tower for delivery partner ecosystem. Track is delivery, and Zen is that kind of a control tower. So what are the problems which we are solving through it? First, unified global carrier integration hub wherein they will not have only 4, but our system as well. Or other clients who have onboarded, they will have a global visibility kind of interoperability system. Second, optimized delivery tracking. Live delivery tracking for international and local carriers. And we'll show you how. Vendor risk management, a live AI-driven risk management whenever they want, enhanced due diligence whenever they want, can have it there. Sustainability insights. So many people are moving towards sustainability, right? So they can choose the carrier based on the sustainability aspects. So what are we solving? What is our mission? Because problems can change, right? So what we are solving to get global enterprises complete delivery partner ecosystem, uniting carriers, so one part, vendors and compliance in a single AI-powered platform that predicts risk, prevents delays, and drives sustainable outcomes. So do you want to dive into the solution?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So enjoy the solution. So this is our Zentrack solution. Here is a dashboard where you can get the active carriers, active vendors. So both are different because a particular vendor, because of the billing, can have multiple carriers into it, right? Success rate, global coverage. So it's a basic dashboard which a company can have. Moving on to a live tracking thing. So now we mentioned it can be a domestic tracking and an international and can be of mix. So if we see here, if we go to international tracking, you will have in-transit here, custom clearance if any package is there. You can track it live. What is the distance? If you want to check domestic, it can track the current distance, how much time does it take. So it will take 4 hours to reach, right? So if we move to carriers, we mentioned AI-based KYC, right? So if you want to add a new carrier, so I'm just putting a random data because it does a check. It will just do a check automatically. This is the format. And submit application, and it will do a AI-powered KYC backend with the APIs, and the system is live. The carrier is live. It's that swift with AI. So vendors. Now, because the major billing and everything happens on a vendor basis, now we'll drive into AI verification. So point in time verification we have done once the vendor is onboarded, right? So this is an enhanced due diligence. You can check a live data of a vendor, their legal compliance, their financial health, their operational capacity, their regulatory compliance on point in time. And you can start the re-KYC process again. So that was a basic due diligence. This is an enhanced due diligence. AI assignment, right? So what we'll do is, there is an order from start to end, distance and deadline, right? So basis our AI analysis, there are 4 parameters which we are tracking. One is cost, ETA, rating and success. So if you see below, it will just recommend, you have to choose it. A cost is low in the next one, but it recommends that because it is much more faster and the rating is high and the success rate is high. So the problem he mentioned that the delivery partner missed deliveries, those can be handled here, right? Customer updates, you can send the updates here. If there is any pending notification, you can send it through here. Through push notifications, a person can receive that where is the order. So moving on to analytics, we mentioned something about sustainability, right? So here there is a carbon footprint, and if you might have noticed, there is a carbon score also in every carrier. What is the current carbon score on all platforms? It's not only to specific company or specific thing. So we'll go to analytics again. How much a company has spent, what is this? And then there is an AI-powered insight and market analysis. So after a certain point in time, maybe 3 months you are using this platform, what are the problems? You can optimize the performance, your performance, market average, and top performer comparison. And then you can see certain recommendations how you can fix, and you can fix it through a click. Then comes to compliance. So now, because this is a global carrier platform system, and you might be aware there are global regulations changing point in time, right? For pharmaceuticals, for tariffs, for everything. So every country can have a risk score and the changing landscape of things. So no one needs to have a news tab or something, it will give you. For example, let's see UK, right? It will give you the active deliveries, completed deliveries, pending, average delivery time, where it is failing, which country is failing, which country needs to be fixed, and what are the regulatory challenges happening right now. Delivery tat met, custom clearance checklist is stringent or not, you can check that, and active carrier solving there. From settings, it's a basic thing, you can change any API you want to, Like we have linked Google Maps API, so you can change it, you can change the security, you can put everything. So that's our solution, which we want to show. So moving on to the next phase. So handing over to Parth for our next thing.
Down button.
Okay, so now that we know what our product is, who's actually buying our product? So this is the main most important part. This is our revenue driver, right? So we have main 5 potential industries we serve to. So our main one, of course, being logistics and transport. This is our core sector, and this is where we specialize. But of course, apart from this, we also cater to the healthcare industry, the SME businesses, the retail and e-commerce space, and the food and beverages industry as well. So you can be a big corporation or a small startup. We are going to be helping you deliver faster, securely, and much more importantly, sustainably. And now we'll be showing you who are the other competitors and why we stand out in this field, right? So when you look at this simple chart, you just see we are the only platform that take on all the boxes, right? So we are a platform which is optimized for local deliveries. We are AI powered, and yes, we have sustainability built in. So now why we chose to go inside this industry itself? So the entire industry. Okay, so the entire industry is almost 2.8 billion big, and most of this is dominated by players like Amazon. We don't want to compete with them. They are too big for us to compete with them. So we are going to be targeting a very, very small segment, the 580 billion, which is going to be the core segment which the small business is going to be using, and we're going to be taking a very realistic amount of 33 million, which we're going to be targeting fast, and that's our aim for this year, 2025. So how we're going to be growing inside this market? It's going to be through phase 1. First, we need to prove who we are, and what we do is actually legitimate, and you're actually happy with our service. So for that, on phase 1, we're going to be having the pilot programs, and where you can actually verify that we are actually helpful to you and we add value to your business. For phase 2, we need to be growing and getting bigger and biting on the big players, right? So that's when we're going to be accelerating our growth. And this is going to be happening through our strategic partnership. We're going to be having with the local delivery vendors cross country and cross regions as well. And of course, once we are big enough, once people know who we are, once you already have the revenue coming in, we are going to be deepening our market presence. And this is going to be happening through acquisitions and obviously working with the local governments. Now we're going to be talking about the pricing model, how we sell, and what's the price we are going to be looking at.
Okay, perfect. So in terms of pricing model, right now we only want to focus on 2 customer segments. One is our business partners and second is our delivery partners. So in terms of business partners, what we actually mean is companies that are placing delivery orders via our platform, for example, retailers, e-commerce brands, healthcare providers. In terms of delivery partners, we mean it is vendors who are fulfilling these orders, including couriers and logistic people. So for what we want to do is we want to offer this product subscription based. So for the vendors at this point, we only want to have a standard cost, a setup fee and a subscription fee, both of $500 per month. And for the business partners, we want to go based on the scale, covering small enterprises, mid-scale enterprises, as well as large enterprises, in case we able to really hack that market. We have a threshold for all these 3 categories, and in case we go beyond that, we have per order based number that we have assumed. So basis this pricing model, we have come up with our numbers. We need an initial investment of around 1 million, and with that, we should be able to we are confident that we should be able to break up within a year or less. And the NPV is obviously positive, so we are confident that the financials are strong, and at the end of 5 years, we will have a number of around 7.7 million. So with this, we believe that our product has a good backup in terms of financial. Also, we have a good go-to-market strategy. So in terms of roadmap, if we have like another 6 months in hand, we should be able to have the final product, and we should be ready to release in the market. That's it. Thank you.
So, let's quickly run you through the appendix so that we can show you the RTL.
Well, why don't we wait till I have him ask some questions?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So let's start with Sarah. Sarah?
Yes, great. Good job, guys. I wouldn't say that I actually have many questions. I just have a lot of praise on my end. So really great use of the tool, the Slowness tool itself. I liked how you used it to highlight the variability that you would see within your processes. Specifically, you mentioned things like delays or having carrier diversification. I think you had a great use use case. So the global carrier integration hub and the vendor risk management, things like the delivery tracking and sustainability insights. I think these are very realistic to what companies are currently looking for nowadays, especially with some of these more updated both restrictions and requirements from sometimes a state level or a federal level, especially around things like sustainability metrics. I thought your carrier vendor integration, that part of the platform that you were showing was just great, and I think a really good proponent to really being able to sell the product. If you were able to prove, all of these different carrier vendors were able to link up with our product in some capacity, I think this would be really realistic and a good way to pitch what you have here. I thought the outline of how you had the legal, financial, operational, and regulatory compliances, I thought this was excellent. So I thought this was also another very realistic example of what customers are currently looking for and how companies are currently running, especially that we've seen here at Salonis. I think even just identifying specific industry verticals and how to implement them there, which is also small but a really good note. So things like healthcare, the food industry, logistics industry, that was great. Thought your pricing model was good. So the number of orders per month instead of the number of potentially vendors specifically, I thought this was a good pricing tier and it made sense as a general pricing tier. So I thought that was very well done. And I think even just having this initial investment inclusion here at the end was very well done. So really no questions on my end, but if I was there in person and not sick, I'd be clapping.
Yeah, to add to Sarah, that was a nice flowed presentation, strong competitive map. You mentioned NPV and payback. I didn't hear a lot on the marketing and go-to-market strategy. How are you going to get the word out? Any suggestions there, guys?
So this is mostly, we were starting from SMBs, small and medium sized businesses.
And I understand it's more of a B2B. It is a B2B, right?
Yeah, it's a B2B, right. So, but it runs across the industries because it's a delivery platform. So the plan was to start with Salonis partners, and if we run into certain our tech thing, so it can connect with any businesses possible.
Okay.
So we have included our strategic vision here in appendix, wherein how we can partner, how we can do it for different businesses. But we will start with SMBs, with Salonis partners first if they face the similar challenge of production orders. And we see the scale very big because any businesses in the millions of order, we can grasp into it. And the referrals are always good in B2B.
Yeah, overall this was a great presentation. I also like your opening remarks. You found the inefficiencies, right? And that was a good opening and a strong opening. But yeah, overall this was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll jump in here. Yeah, great presentation, especially loved the UI. The demo was amazing, so thank you for that. I was curious, I know when we opened up the first chapter, one of the problems that was highlighted was decreasing margins. So I'm just wondering how you connected the delivery inefficiencies to that particular problem.
So I can probably add here. So in terms of margin, the data set that we were working on was specifically for production orders and for delivery management processes. So because of that, we realized a lot of money was going in vendors as well as vendor management, a lot of compliance costs, all of that. So now with this platform, you don't have to do anything of that. We will centrally manage all the vendors and centrally take care of the vendor management. So that entire cost will kind of decrease, and then obviously you have profits ultimately. So that's what we kind of did.
Just to add on, there was one delivery partner, 90% of orders was going to him because maybe they didn't have a team to manage, they didn't have the cost and the 4 factors which we showed. So maybe with this AI recommendation and assignment, you can see all the factors as the cheapest and the fastest ones to cater.
Yes, that's a great feature that we have added.
Yeah.
First of all, it was very interactive. So this was my favorite part because you easily captured our attention. My part here, maybe it wasn't too clear for me. So since you're targeting SMEs, as you said, as a start, like, are you selling the SaaS as a start? So I can take the platform, since I would imagine like I'm selling a product. So what would be I would integrate it into my own system within the company, or you would be handling everything from A to Z? I was a bit confused on this part.
sorry, can I add?
No
Yeah. So in the beginning, in phase 1, we are planning to probably just start with integrating their systems with our system and not sell the system standalone. Because obviously that way we can kind of optimize on the cost and make it cost effective for the customers. So at this point, it's going to be an API connection, like he mentioned, the tech stack. So they can just probably push the order details from their systems to our system, and from there they can kind of work and manage all the delivery and everything in the core system that we have at this point.
Okay.
So that's how we kind of wrapped it.
All right, and when it comes a bit to the SWOT analysis, so what is your threat, or I mean, what are the opportunities? These also weren't like
We don't
highlighted
see any right now.
So
We
as
don't
of
see any right now because I haven't seen any delivery partner with such capabilities right now.
yeah.
I would be very frank, so I would love to explore that. I mean, we would love to explore if we have something, but we try to include all the use cases more than what people have. So.
Yeah, so we try to